Well, it's an interesting game. So you don't dominant in the first period for sure. I think where it changes for us, we had 3 shots blocked in the first and 12 in the second, and part of that is you get all this offense chance, and we do have some guys squeezing it a little around the net, especially as we stop moving our feet. You start getting those shot blocks, and you start to feel the fact that you had a 3-0 lead, and it was very little going against you, and then you get a little tight. I thought with the stick we did. And then you start to see the same breaks, the breaks that are, you're getting 10 that aren't going, like you're 1 and it's in the back of your net. But, they kept going. Like when the goalie comes out and you get that many chances again, sometimes that's what you need. You need somebody that doesn't normally get out there to score, to come up, and we got a break. And then it's in the back of the net. So we're taking it. We've generated an awful lot of offense lately that's not going. This is our first 5-goal game here this year. And haven't given that much up, but it looks dangerous right now because we're not, putting a lot up. Anyway, we're taking the win.
Because last November you're in Columbus, dominate and lose.
Almost the same, right? Like I don't know what our shot attempts, but I think we had 96 last year, so I don't think we're far off. Yeah. We're far off that. Matter of fact, I think we gave up less in this building tonight than we did there. But the Chicago games and the Columbus games look the same, right? Big shot totals for. We got behind it there and couldn't crawl out. We get way out of it here tonight and find ourselves behind it again. So small steps, just keep grinding. We're a couple of games over 500. Felt that we would need to be able to survive our early part till some of these guys come back, and we're doing that.
Did you think at some point, especially the first 8 minutes, maybe this is a game we can kind of take a deep breath here for the first time all season, and obviously you go to overtime?
Yeah, I didn't feel that. So when you coach enough games, you know that when you put up 20 shots on a team in the first period, the second period never looks like that. Because but if you look at all the games around the league, you never see somebody with 70 shots against 12, right? That game never gets played. So after the second period, now their team it's more of an even period, and you think the world's coming to an end. How come we're not continually dominating? It's an NHL team that's close to 500 coming into this game. They've got good players. So you just got to try to relax a little bit. Yeah, we had some things that we really don't like happen on the ice that we think we can correct, and we'll work at that. But also some good things. We found a way to get pucks to the net. We had better movement in the early part of that game than we've had most places this year.
What is it about Carter in the big moments? It's kind of always him.
And that's why he's on the ice in the overtime, because if he can get a break and get it on a stick, something good might happen. He had a tough night. Other than that, he knows it. But it's good that he gets to leave the rink feeling that he had redeemed from the turnover goal that made it 3-2 for us. But he's a shooter, man. He finds those holes.
Nick Cousins in consecutive home games has been pretty impactful when your team needed it most.
Yeah.
This clutch playmaking.
I had him. Nick was described to me by another NHL coach as kind of a jackknife. Like, he'll play all over the lineup, up and down, because he has really, really good hands. And he's got a good sense of the game, so he maximizes those things. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he gets around the ice, and if you can get it on his stick close to the front of the net, he usually makes good on it.
You switched up the lines to pair up Cousins and Verhaeghe in the third period. I mean, what were you looking at specifically from Verhaeghe when you made the switch, and what do you see the line out of?
I didn't think that the line that he was on was getting as much done as they should have, so I moved him off it, actually.
And Cousins didn't get results in Chicago, but
yeah, I mean, he's been quietly, not quietly because he's not putting the puck in the net, but he's had some incredible chances and generated them. Like, he's doing it, right? So we're excited about that. On the right side especially, he can play his offside. Right now with Bennett out, he's a really important piece. The guy that comes into the top 9 to kind of fill that hole is actually him. He's been good.
Pascal Vincent mentioned pre-game how much of a mentor you've been to him and your relationship there. I mean, how was it coaching against him as a head coach for the first time?
Well, you still want to win, but I want so much success for him and his family. You get very close as a staff, families included. And he's he came into the league the opposite of me. He had paid his dues for 25 years to get this chance. And he's very bright, very principled. And I'm happy for him. I'm cheering for him. And I think he's done a fantastic job with that team because they're a legitimate team to play against now. We've got some injuries. So he's been good. I'm don't like ever seeing him lose. He's going to win a lot of hockey games, and I enjoy following his career. He's a fine, fine coach.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay,
Coach.
guys.
He called you the best coach in the league.